All right, today we're talking about Queen Anne's lace and Dara. So they are very, very similar. And in fact, Queen Anne's lace has two different kinds. There's Green Mist and Queen of Africa, at least two different ones that I'm used to dealing with. So I don't know what the genetic difference between all of them are, but Dara is going to come in a range of colors, whereas Queen Anne's lace, Queen of Africa, is going to come in a white. There is a Green Mist Queen Anne's lace, which comes in a kind of green, and it actually grows a lot different than Queen of Africa and Dara. So Dara and Queen Anne's lace, Queen of Africa, are going to look pretty much identical except for the coloring of the florets, and I'll put up some pictures so you can see that. Queen Anne's lace, Green Mist, is obviously coming in a range of green colors, but its stem is also very, very different. It tends to be a lot thicker and shorter, and Queen Anne's lace tends to come up, and Dara tends to come up and give you a couple good cuts, and then it dies, and you'll notice that the umbels, or what they're called, the umbels will start to turn up, and I'll see if I have pictures of that, and they will start to form seed pods, and that means it's done. So I am going to succession plant both of these, and when I seed them, I'm going to multi-seed them. They can handle more than one seed in a cell. So if I happen to get more than one seed germinating in a cell, I will just keep it there. These are going to bloom around June. Your Queen Anne's lace is going to come up first, and then the Dara will come up after that. They love the heat and they love Missouri weather. So in fact, as you drive along the highways or around your house, you'll notice Queen Anne's lace growing on the side of the road. And they call it wild carrot, I believe. These are related to carrot. I don't know how, but they are. So with an actual carrot, obviously there's something growing underground, but with these there's nothing growing underground. So don't think you're gonna get some kind of vegetable on the bottom of these. So these are the Queen of Africa is one of my favorite flowers to grow because it's white, and white is kind of a hard color to pull off in nature, right? Because you've got all kinds of things working against it. Anytime it rains, the white is going to turn brown. You have to kind of be careful with it. It tends to age very poorly because as soon as it ages, you can see it right away. With other flowers that have color, you're not going to notice it so much. So I love Queen of Africa because even as it ages, it still looks beautiful. And so it's one of my favorite white flowers to grow. You want to pick these when all of the florets on the umbel are open. If you pick them too soon, they will flop and they won't recover. And even when you pick them at the right stage, you want to make sure you have some kind of hydration in your water, or you can cut the bottom of the stems so that they are able to take up water faster, because they are really bad at drinking water. They need help with water. I am not going to pinch these. I will, like I said, succession plant these. You need to provide them with netting. They get really tall and big, and they last, if you pick them at the right stage and you hydrate them properly, they last a very long time. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to seed Queen of Africa, and I'm just going to place the seed on the top of the soil, and then I'm going to cover it with the vermiculite, and I'm going to spray it down and put a humidity dome on top. So that you can see how that's done. I'm going to tilt this camera down. There's my tray that I have filled with, I actually used Jiffy soil this time because I ran out of my purple cow, and this just happened to be at the store. Some people put their seeds in the freezer before they plant them, but I don't do that. So here's the seeds I had from last year and my tag from last year. I'm going to go ahead and put the date on the back of my tag. I'm not doing Green Mist this year because it was a beautiful color, but it just kind of grows funky. So today is the 30th of January, and there's my tag. I'm only going to grow 40 of these. You can get a few decent cuts off of them before they go to seed. So here are the seeds right here. I'm just going to use my hand since I don't have a packet. Like I said, you can multi-seed these, so if you get more than one in a cell, it's not the end of the world. But you don't want to have that many in there. I've got like 5 in that cell. There we go. I have not had really good germination on these, so multi-seeding also helps with that issue. Better to have more seeds germinate than not any at all, so don't be stingy with your seeds. But when these are ready to plant out, you want to plant them about a foot apart. They get really big and bushy and beautiful, so you are really going to enjoy growing these. Alright, so I'm just going to put that vermiculite on top, and I'm going to set them under the lights. Alright, here we have the Queen Anne's Lace Queen of Africa. It's going to sit here until I see green, and then I'll pull that humidity dome off when about 75% of the tray has germinated. And then we will seaweed feed it once a week and just make sure the water levels stay good until it can go outside.